Am I the a-hole for leaving my husband by leaving a note on his PS5, since it's the only thing he pays attention to? Hi Dan, since your PS5 gets more of your attention than I do, I figured I'd leave this note here. By the time you read this, I'll already be gone. I've taken my things, canceled the utilities in my name, and paid my half of the rent for the next 2 months. After that, it's your responsibility. And no, don't bother trying to find me. I made sure to leave before your raid started because I know nothing interrupts that. You're probably wondering why, but let's be honest, you act like this came out of nowhere. So, let me spell it out for you. I, 31F, have been married to my husband, 34M, for 6 years, and for the last 4, I felt more like a roommate you barely tolerate than a wife. Your games and online buddies have always come first, and I've spent years being second place to a screen. Remember our anniversary last year? I made dinner reservations, dressed up, and you forgot. When I reminded you, you told me, let's just order pizza and watch a movie or something later, because you were in the middle of a campaign. That later never happened because you fell asleep on the couch with a controller in your hand. And it's not just the little things you forget. It's the big ones too. Like the fact that I told you a dozen times I wanted kids, and every time you'd say, yeah, we'll talk about it later. Newsflash. Later has turned into never. But the absolute breaking point came last week when I was crying in the kitchen because I found out my best friend was moving across the country, and you walked in, grabbed a drink, and said, hey, can you keep it down? I'm on comms. No, what's wrong? No, are you okay? Just keep it down. So, I'm done. I'm done begging for scraps of your time. I'm done with the constant dismissiveness. I'm done being treated like an inconvenience in my own marriage. I hope you and your PS5 have a wonderful life together. And if you ever get tired of it, maybe you can finally pause and think about the person who stood by you for all these years. Good luck explaining this one to your mom. She always did think you were too good for me, right? Sincerely, your soon-to-be ex-wife. Tiny update. Yes, Dan has seen the note. He sent me a text with just a bunch of question marks and hasn't said anything since. For the record, I took my cat, my plants, and my self-respect when I walked out the door.